This is Supervisor Training by Jacob Terracina. It's imperative for supervisors on a job site to be able to identify signs of drug use. Tested substances, according to Title 49 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Point 40, indicate that tested substances will be marijuana, cocaine, opiates, methamphetamine, PCP, and alcohol. Marijuana will be tested to indicate the inclusion of THC in the bloodstream. Some common opiates include codeine, heroin, morphine, oxycodone, and etc. Observation techniques. Drug and alcohol use can be observed by monitoring employees as and before they perform work. 4 of the indicators of drug and alcohol use can be physical, appearances, behavioral, that generalizes their actions and mannerism as they perform a job, the way they communicate, as in speech, and performance as their ability to do work. Some indicators of marijuana use include the 4 main indicators. Marijuana is described as having a euphoric start and then the user is mellowed out. Physical indicators are reddened eyes and dilated pupils. Their behavior will be slowed reactions. They appear to be in a daze, or that they are going through the motions, not physically there or mentally there. Speech. They have slowed speech and begin talking about random or out of context topics. Performance. They end up making frequent mistakes from not being able to focus. They have a slowed reaction time and an impaired short-term memory. Some indicators of cocaine use. Cocaine is a stimulant and also referred to as crack. Crack is smoked out of a pipe while cocaine is ingested through the nose. Some indicators of cocaine use. Cocaine is a stimulant and is often referred to as crack. Crack is smoked out of a pipe when cocaine is inhaled through the nose. Some physical indicators of cocaine use would be increased activity, bouncing off of the walls, and a running or irritated nose. Behavior would be sweating and dry mouth, or quick, rapid movements. Speech indicators would be an employee is overly talkative, and their durations of silence will grow shorter, meaning that they would spend less time being silent and would talk more and more. Some performance indicators would be working fast and making careless mistakes, or they may begin stealing from a job site to pay for their habit. Indicators of opiate use. Opioids, mostly common as painkillers, either prescription or non-prescription, obtained illegally. Some indicators would be physical, as in they have reddened eyes and dilated pupils, much like the use of marijuana. Their behavior, they will be lazy, have increased fatigue, and or depression. Speech, they have slurred words, they end up mumbling sentences, and end up making no sense when speaking, and going off on tangents. Performance, unwilling to perform assigned tasks, impaired coordination, and loss of balance. Indicators of amphetamine use, mostly the use of methamphetamine. Use of amphetamines is linked to long-distance drivers to avoid the effects of fatigue. Some common forms of this would be trucker speed, or just speed for short. Physical indicators would be bags under the eyes, a messy appearance, and looking like they haven't slept in days. Essentially, if a worker would look tired when they shouldn't be tired at work, most likely it's an effect of meth use. Behavior. They would act selfish, unreasonable, or in a constant state of overexcitement. Speech. They would be slurring speech, speaking gibberish, and can often not compile complete sentences. Performance. They would be fatigued when coming off of the substance, but hyperactive while on the high, and with an unusual amount of energy. Indicators of phencyclidine PCP use, also called hallucinogens. Physical indicators would be excessive sweating, looking dehydrated, or breathing irregularly. Behavior. They have violent tendencies, are not present in the real world, as in they feel that they're in their own world and are taking irregular actions. Speech. Speaking and or shouting loudly, or talking and not making much sense of the situation. Performance. They're very hyperactive and lack impulse control. And that leaves us with alcohol use indicators. An employee is most likely intoxicated by these indicators. Physical would be loss of balance, dilated pupils, and smelling like a bar room. Behavior. They could be easily agitated, they lack impulse control, and have a short attention span. Speech indicators would be they may be using obscene or vulgar language more than they might already do on a job site, or they slur when speaking. Performance. They may damage property and heavy equipment that they shouldn't be driving in the first place. They may swerve when operating a motor vehicle, either personal vehicle or a company vehicle, and being unable to finish assigned tasks due to dizziness. These are my references that I used.